Hello and welcome to our fan installation guide for the Antec Flux Pro Noctua Edition case. While our focus today is the Noctua Edition case, we encourage everyone to hang out with us for the next few minutes. The installation techniques and quiet PC building tips we share here can come in handy for any of your upcoming projects. To ensure proper protection of the fans during shipping and for maximum flexibility of choosing your ideal fan setup, the fans are not pre-installed in the case. Since the included NFA14X25G2 and NFA12X25G2 fans are high precision devices, they are additionally protected with paper inlays. By shipping the fans in a separate box rather than pre-installed, we can make sure that they are properly protected during shipping. Please also note that for safe shipping a full PC, large and heavy parts like CPU coolers, GPUs and power supplies should be removed and stored in their original boxes. The other alternative is to use self-expanding foam packaging to support all the heavy components. The included fans are supplied with both standard self-tapping screws and NA-AV4 anti-vibration fan mounts, allowing the user to choose their preferred mounting method. While the premium-grade silicone mounts provide extra vibration damping and are our recommendation for achieving maximum quietness of operation, they are not suited for severe shocks that can occur during shipping. Therefore, please use the supplied screws for installation if you plan to have the system shipped or transported. Let's examine the contents of the package. Besides the Noctua Edition Antec Flux Pro case, you will find the following parts in the fan kit box: 2 NFA14X25G2 fans marked with PPA, 2 NFA14X25G2 fans marked with PPB, 1 NFA12X25G2 fan marked with PPA, 1 NFA12X25G2 fan marked with PPB, 36 NA-AV silicone anti-vibration mounts, and 36 black self-tapping fan screws. The included NA-FH1 fan hub, as well as all the required extension cables, are already pre-installed in the case. The tools required for the installation are a Phillips head screwdriver and optional scissors. All supplied fans are slightly offset in speed, which is why the PPA and PPB designations are used. This helps to avoid undesirable phenomena such as periodic humming or vibrations due to beat frequencies. Slower spinning fans are labeled PPA, while faster spinning ones are labeled PPB. For the best results, please refer to the installation guide and alternate between PPA and PPB fans when placing two fans of the same size next to each other. If you plan on using a fully air-cooled system, we suggest installing 3 NFA14X25G2 fans as front intake, placing them in an ABS sequence. Place the fourth 140mm fan as a rear exhaust and the two 120mm fans as intake blowing up from the front two positions on top of the PSU shroud. The PPA and PPB model placement is not important here. If you're unsure about the airflow direction of the fans, you can identify it by the arrows on the side of the fan frame, or by referring to the model sticker which are on the outlet side of these fans. If you're planning to use an all-in-one liquid cooler, you can keep the same fan setup and just continue by installing the radiator at the top of the case, with the fans installed on it as exhaust blowing out. If you prefer to install the radiator at the front of the case to prioritize CPU temperatures over GPU temperatures, we recommend to utilize the 3 of the supplied NF814X25G2 fans as top exhaust fans in the same ABS sequence. Now that we covered the basics and went through all the parts, we can start installing the fans in the case. As we already mentioned, the fans can be installed using either the supplied anti-vibration mounts for reducing structure-borne noise transmission, or screws for maximum safety during shipping or transport. Regardless of the mounting method you choose, you can simplify the installation process by first removing the front, top and bottom fan brackets and performing the installation on a flat surface. This way there is more room to work, and when done, you just need to reinstall the brackets that carry the fans. Since we are showing the example of an air-cooled build, we will be using only the front and bottom fan mounting rails. We recommend installing all the fans in such a way that the cable exit is towards the motherboard tray. This will make it easy to route the cables, connect the fans to the fan hub and the pre-installed extension cables. To install the fans by using the silicone anti-vibration mounts, start by pulling the side marked with F through the mounting holes, ensuring that the large flat piece mates with the mounting surface and the small ring near the bottom is pulled through. Hold the fan down, then carefully pull the ends of the silicone mounts until it sits flush with the mounting surface. This usually happens when the notch marked with number 5 becomes visible at each corner of the fan. If the long ends of the mounting are in the way or you don't find them visually appealing, you can use scissors to trim them after installation. For the best visual appearance, pull on the silicone mount until you see the bottom of the notch marked with number 4 and cut under it. Note that this will make them very difficult to reuse in the future. If you're using screws, when tightening them, be gentle and stop immediately once you feel them bottom out, meaning the screw can't turn anymore. Since it's a Phillips head screwdriver, you should naturally feel the screwdriver's head slip and come out once the thread has reached its end. If you have the opportunity to use a screwdriver with torque adjustable settings, ensure that you do not exceed 0.6 Nm of torque. The Antec Flux Pro Noctua Edition case comes pre-wired and ready to connect the default fan configuration, which includes 3 intake fans at the front, 1 rear exhaust fan, and 2 intake fans on the top of the PSU shroud. For this setup, connect the front top fan straight to port 5 on the fan hub. Then connect the bottom and center fans to the pre-routed extension cables. Connect the PSU shroud fans and the rear fan to the pre-routed extension cables as well. Finally, connect the PWM input cable of the fan hub to your preferred motherboard PWM fan header and attach a SATA power cable to the input port of the NA-FH1. To achieve an optimal balance between quiet operation and effective ventilation across various workload scenarios, it's crucial to configure the fan curves. This can be accomplished either through the BIOS or by using software such as Fan Control. As fan curves should be tailored to individual system configurations to achieve the best possible results, we have prepared an extensive blog post on this topic. The link to the blog post and additional resources can be found in the video description. We hope this fan installation guide was clear and helpful. If there are any unanswered questions regarding this topic, you can always reach our support team at support@noctua.at. Thanks for building with us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.